45 minutes behind schedule, but, you know,
Alright.
it's late night gaming for a reason. Let's get it started. Let's see who we got in these bans. Any predictions on the bans, Ducky?
I think you'll see a classic Thatcher ban, probably, just because, you know, he's a pretty popular ban on console, and, like, you know, I wouldn't knock it. I think it's a pretty good ban on this map with the exterior walls being so powerful. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see a Thatcher ban for sure.
Yeah, and I think on the defensive side, Kaid ban is what most teams are banning nowadays. We might see a Kaid ban, or we could see a little bit of a different kind of banning, because Skyscraper is just such a different map, in my opinion, than the other maps.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is, as Jackal going to be the first ban, and then we have Finka right behind it. And, you know, on the defensive side, you can't really mess around with these bans, because I think the defensive bans are way more important than the attacker bans. So it's interesting to see who's going to go off the board first in this matchup. But regardless of how the bans turn out, I think they were told to ban the same operators as before, so not much thinking into them. The Capcan ban going down. What are your thoughts on the Capcan ban?
I think a lot of teams do run the Capcan if it's up, so I don't necessarily think it's a bad ban, but I think there's a lot of better ops you can ban. Like, I'd argue a Cade on this map would be a lot more powerful. Valk is always a great op. A Zombie, which doesn't see much play in this league, which I think is absurd, because she's probably the best op in the game, in my opinion, the stuff she can create. Her not being banned is also something that goes under the radar. But yeah, so before we start, I want to get your score predictions on this. So what are we thinking? I think I'm gonna go with a 7-4 Houston win. What about you?
So I was talking with Knock earlier. He predicted a 7-2. I predict a 7-3. Both going the way of Houston. I think if Smurf Pengu plays the same way he did in that 4v5, I think Houston handles this no problem, as we have the operators selected, as we have LA going to be on attack, and we are going to have Houston on the defense. Houston going to bring a Goyo, Oryx, Jaeger, Alibi, and Mozzie. Very interesting lineup. Not a whole lot of utility, but we'll see if that can benefit them. And on attack for LA, they have Gridlock, Nomad, Zero, Sledge, and Ace. I think a very good lineup to get into that building, make some noise, and also keep some intel with that Zero. I think that Zero play is going to be a play that is kind of slept on here. I think with the Nomad, you can't just put air jabs everywhere. You also have to have intel on the enemy, and I think Zero provides that pretty well here, Ducky.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think one thing to note on the defense is, like, okay, I get that all I get that all 5 of those operators have solid guns and a more ranked swinger be swung kind of playstyle, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But like on a map like Skyscraper, I feel like you have to have some sort of shield on top block, because that's a very powerful power position. You've got to have some sort of But yeah, anyways, I think you also have to have some sort of like wall denial. There's no mute, bandit, or Cade. That's absurd. You can just you can be so versatile with the claws to deny all the exterior walls, which is a very powerful spot. But it looks here we're gonna get some early action from runouts and talking to the Houston Havoc.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you off there. As the first pick going down, Bazinga gonna get the first pick with the Alibi. You mentioned utility. There's a lack of utility on the defensive side. I completely agree, but if they get these frags like this, as another one falls, Pengu, the top fragger in the second game, falls to Wilson on that Zero play. Again, very slept on play. At 4v3 for the attackers, they do have the advantage. They're going to use their drones to the advantage, droning out the footholes right now. Can they get the Goyo out of that spot? The Goyo is going to have to hold that if he wants to get this win. An evening pick going out from D-Lana on Grok. It is now a 3v3. We have only one defender on site. He's going to be sitting there and waiting for them to come into Geisha, and one is in Geisha. We got one on the window as well. How are they going to push this? He's behind the B-bomb. He swings out, injures one. Crumb is going to be injured, or is going to get the... oh my goodness, gets killed. A triple kill coming out from Delana. It is a 3v1 on the defensive side. Tries to wallbang him, almost gets the kill, and eventually Delana finishes the job. I believe a 4K coming out from Delana on the Mozzie. So, you know, regardless of lack of utility, they got those frags, and at the end of the day, Ducky, that's all that matters.
Yeah, they definitely brought it back there. Didn't have much utility, and LA got the wall open pretty much right away. But and Delana's swinging you with a Roni with a 1.5. There's not much you can do. Is you just simply just destroying them.
Yeah, and I think what you said earlier in the ban phase about Azami being such a good operator that doesn't get banned often, and she is getting a 1.5 if I'm not mistaken. So I'm very excited to see how that plays out. I think she's going to become even more dangerous as we go along, as, again, kind of a similar setup, except they have two wall denial operators with Haid and Bandit going out. So they still have the Oryx. Delana is still playing that Mozzie, and the Goyo play still in full effect. We didn't really get to see much of the Goyo on the last round, as the attackers were in decently quickly, as the picks went off pretty early in the round. On the attacker side, we have Zero yet again, Thatcher, Yana, Sledge, and Nomad. I'm very interested to see. Personally, if I'm going Yana on this side, I'm nading from below. Or the Sledge can do the same exact thing. I'm interested to see if one of these two operators can be that sort of trying to get the defenders into awkward positions, which is something that is very crucial on a map like Skyscraper. And as we begin, automatically, I think Pengu is trying a little bit of a spawn peek, but he is now down to half health, and automatically an advantage for the attackers. Let's see if they can capitalize on it, Ducky.
So yeah, I think that the Ying play from D. Wilson, I mean, if you know LA, they run Ying all the time. If you're playing against them, I would highly recommend playing the Warden, just because Ying is their favorite op. D. Wilson, Mist, they both play the Ying. They're both pretty effective with the Ying, so that's one thing to watch out for here as they try to execute. And as you noted before, the double wall denial is also a play I like coming up from Houston Havoc, as on this site, there's 3 exterior walls that lead directly onto the site, so you have to have those covered somehow, because if not, if all 3 of those get open, then just shot like fish in a barrel. There's nothing you can do.
And, I mentioned the lack of Goyo play in the first round. We already have a Goyo being popped, as Sledge, speaking of being popped, is going to get popped for a little bit of damage. Can he get the Goyo off this wall? Goyo is going to push up, accidentally gets his Goyo in the process, but it is now a 5v4 for the defenders, a very good advantage for them. If we're talking about site, we have 3 on site, 2 off site. This site presence is going to be very crucial for the defenders. Okay, health is in the advantage of the attackers, but they have 1 less player. Can the Ying get in there and do something after the Goyo Flames have been distinguished? Or, sorry, I can't think of any words right now. English is hard, okay? As Kaid and Goyo gonna be chilling in sight, just basically trying to thwart any attackers coming towards them, as we have 2 picks coming out. It is going to be the same type of advantage for the defenders. A 4v3 now going down. Now we have 4 people either on site or near site. Can the attackers get into the doorway? They need to. Oh, a beautiful shot coming out from the Goyo. He's going to be peeking that. Is there going to be a swing happening? A smoke goes down. On the opposite side, Smurf Pengu gets a kill on the defense. The Oryx play, the swing goes out. The Nitro, can they get one? Yes, they do. They get a second one, as another defensive masterclass coming out from Houston.
Yeah, not much to say there, besides, they just got outswung and outgunned by Houston there on the the office and Samurai bomb site. Now they're looking to head down to the barbecue kitchen. Now there's a lot of debate between bathroom and master bedroom and barbecue kitchen and which site's better. I think they're both, not the greatest, but I do think barbecue has the edge, just because I think it's a lot easier to play the vert and hold like the big I forget what it's called. I think it's a stage and dining restaurant kind of main lobby ish room. I think it's a lot easier to hold that rather than holding the bathroom and like all those bubble rooms, as I like to call them, in master bedroom and bathroom. So
yeah,
look how they plan out to hold this here.
So essentially, what you're saying is between the two first floor rooms, it is personal preference, and I think honestly, for the lineup that they're going for, I agree with this site pick. You know, they are a little bit of, they have the gunning play, they have the dock to heal them up. I think damage was a little concerning. They did take a little bit of damage. Obviously, the Oryx taking that damage at the beginning of the second round. Doc hopefully going to heal them up back to full health, and I like the mute play. I really do. It kind of stops them from going some pretty good ops like Twitch and Flores, you know, and if you're playing, as you mentioned earlier, like the deployable shield play would be perfect right about now, because you basically limit the Flores, and if you have a Jaeger, oh, that would be an absolute masterclass coming out. But on the attacker side, they have a Thatcher, a Nomad, Yana, Thermite, and a Buck. Pretty standard lineup going out here, as Dilanna is on the first floor in the bathroom, lurking around. Let's see if this Nomad can get in there and try to thwart the Mozzie from their position. But it looks like they're going to drone it out first, which is very smart. The Mozzie is going to retreat to the second floor, and a drone getting shot out here. They are going to push the second floor. Two are on the second floor, the Buck and the Yana. Can they spot the Mozzie? The Mozzie has now retreated back to the first floor using that little escape room. 5v5 still with 1 minute 55 seconds left. And as I say that, oh my goodness, what have I just witnessed? As I believe an Oryx run out. He just got swung on and knifed. That is an unfortunate play, to say the least. But, you know, it is another pick for the attackers, a pick that they desperately need, but it is still even. You need that advantage to really start cooking up the defense. They're going to swing into drum, get a good kill. Amazing gunning, but again, the trade out, and now the defense have the advantage. A 3v2 situation, and we still have two players above. We have one creeping down the stairs, going to try to get that kill onto the person behind the desk, but I think they're going to fall off of it. Buck going to use his utility here, try to look through the holes. Crumb is going to get killed by Bazinga using that SMG-11. Buck is now going to drop, and he has somebody waiting for him. Let's see if he knows. He's going to be swinging wide, and a gunfight is going to ensue. Dilanna with that 1.5 Mozzie Pepperoni going to get the final kill, and a 3-0 start for Houston. What are your thoughts on it, Ducky?
Yeah, I think the same type of things have been happening each round. The aggressive playstyle from Havoc, Houston Havoc, as I think it was the Oryx there, he just jumped out and got kicked to death by Krim on the Thatcher repelling in. So, yeah. And I think so far, looking forward for this attack onto T Karaoke for LA, they definitely have to switch things around here. You know, they got the wall open pretty fast into Geisha, but after that they kind of stalled out, didn't take much control. You know, they were on the site repels, but they didn't really find much success there. So I think maybe going for a full clear from the Samurai side of the map could help them out a bit, and then maybe going Geisha secondly after they've got that backup plan on the full clear and having that half of the map. But I think more the same from Havoc. It looks like they can't be stopped right now. You know, they've only held Miami to 5 kills in what three rounds. So yeah, they're definitely looking solid on that side.
Yeah, I completely agree, and we're seeing a similar operator lineup than the first round. We still have the Oryx being played by Pangu. He has not switched. Same with Black Ice on the Goyo. The Doc is a little bit newer from Vac, but still a very good play coming out from him, as he is going 3-0. A player to look out for on this Houston team. We have a Warden and, of course, Dilanna on the Mozzie going 6-0. The attacker composition is changed a little bit, as Thermite is initially taking some damage. Oh, the Warden gets picked off by Wilson. I'm assuming an attempted spawn peek gone wrong, and it is now an early attacker advantage. But as last time told us, the attacker advantage gets quickly turned on its head because the defense is just like that. They are different, as we have a Goyo and a Oryx near site, just awaiting for the attackers to push in. Gonna get droned out here. One waiting to repel in, But the Goyo last time swung on that sledge, and that's what got them the kill. I'm assuming the same thing might be the case this time. This Goyo, very aggressive, and I think Houston as a whole is a very aggressive team. So really hoping to see if they keep that same mentality going forward. And I would like to apologize about, to the Goyo personally, saying they're not doing enough. The Goyo play has been quite frequent and really quite good. A 5v3 advantage now going to the attackers, as Thermite is putting in some work, but they're going to they need to try to get at least one of these walls open to really push the defenders back. One's gonna hop through the window. Oh, proning play coming out. Another kill. A 5v1 situation. D. Wilson is gonna go down. He's in the other bomb site. And oh my goodness, he's gonna get another kill. Doc in a 3v1 situation. All the heals in the world, and he has some time. Can he make this play happen? He knows where one of them is, but does he know where the other ones are? Quick swing going out from the Nomad. Doc is going to pre-fire that. Nomad going to back off smartly. They're going to get the bomb down, but one more kill going out. Vac, can he get the ace clutch here for his team? Oh, another almost kill. He's going to revive himself, pick himself back up. He knows where the other guy is. But they're going to hold passive angles. They have all of the advantages here. They have a breach opened and 2 more angles, and Nomad going to send him across. Nomad's going to swing that. He can't find the kill. Doc needs to hurry. He wants to get this, and oh, unfortunate. He cannot get the Nomad kill, and the attackers finally win a round, and that is a much-needed round coming from them, Ducky.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good effort by Vaccines on the Doc there. He almost got the 5v1 clutch, but definitely got lucky with the pistol in the hip there to revive himself behind the wall. Definitely got lucky, got down there. But yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're up 3-1, but like the way that Houston's playing right now is definitely, I don't know. It's just not my favorite. Just it is working for them, kind of the swinger be swing mentality. But like the Goyo swinging the sight window, or sorry, not the sight window, the window onto Samurai with 3 Goyo canisters in the pocket. In the situation, if he puts them on T door or drum door instead of dying them from his pocket, maybe that delays LA a bit longer and they can possibly win the round. Who knows? But whatever they're doing is working though, so I think LA, they kind of just need to realize how this team's playing, the aggressive play style, and kind of counteract that with either a bit of aggressiveness from their own, or kind of play into that aggressiveness and let them make their mistakes like they have been in the past round, and like make them punish them for that really badly. So yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. I think Houston is playing this more like it's ranked and not a competitive match, a league match. And, their operators, finally Black Ice is off the Goyo. He's going to go Alibi. I think he went Alibi the first round, or somebody did. Back again with the Doc. It has been working for him, and more spawn peaks going out. They are a very aggressive team, and like you said, it has been working out for them. They know the spawn peak is there. He's going to peek his head out a little bit, but he's going to fall off of it. It is a very bad angle if you're an attacker to peek. 3-1 is the round score for Houston. They've been playing pretty out of their minds, but yet again, an attacker win last round. Has the momentum swung? Well, we're about to find out for the attackers, as they have finally entered the balcony. Going to attempt to push site early, as we have an Alibi sitting in the same spot she always does. Black Ice is going to play that spot, the same spot he played for the Goyo, as I believe I hear a pre-placed nitro cell on the window. Very interesting play at that. Let's see if he can get anybody, as we have 3 attackers on that balcony. Uh-oh, one's creeping up. Can he get the nitro kill? Oh, a nitro going out. Cannot get the Osa. Osa's going to swing her deployable. A D. Wilson with a very good kill on to one of the defenders. And they have that full door control. If I am a defender, I am backing off of that, letting them play that. This is a very dangerous angle to hold, but yet again, what do I know? As Vac has been a very crucial member of this team. They knew the nitro was there. Oh, an attacker is going to get dropped and finally killed. A 4v4 going out, as the attackers are trying to play that Osa to its full ability. Diffuser has been dropped, and Mozzie's going to take some damage. And the Alibi has finally died, and this is where the Doc stim comes in handy. A 3v3 now. Vac gonna get a kill on Crumb. Oh my goodness. Alibi on the stairs. Gonna try to rotate around. Smurf Pengu gonna get a kill on Wilson. Wilson has been popping off for the attackers. The Doc Stim is no longer gonna be available as he is on the opposite side. Oh, never mind. He is right there on site. The attacker's gonna try to push in. Finally gives the Stim to Mozzie, and this is where the Doc has really been shining. Really been beautiful stims coming out from him. A 2v3 situation. Can the Nomad and the Thatcher make it work here as we have Mozzie swinging, sees it. Oh my goodness, what a down from the Mozzie. Gonna get one. Can he get a second? The second is in Drum. Only a sliver of health for the Nomad in Drum, the same spot that she always likes to play. Can she get this clutch? Unfortunately, she cannot. She gets quickly shut down by Vac, the same man who has seemed to be all over the place in late rounds, Ducky.
Yeah, I mean, I think he got really good value from the Doc there. You know, it's an operator with not too much utility, but hey, he found a use for it. Healing his teammates up like 2 or 3 times, I think, that round. And, you know, he almost won the last round because of it. So, yeah, I think it's a good Doc play from him. But LA, they've got to, you know, they can't let this slip any further, else they're going to be down to 5-1 deficit at half, which is never good. So I think this is really a make or break round for them here. You know, if they win this, carry the momentum into their defenses, which is always a solid thing to do. And if they lose this, they're down 5-1 like going into their defenses, and you know, that's pretty demoralizing. Like no one wants to be in that
Attackers
scenario.
need
So
to locate and defuse bombs.
this is yeah, I think this is the make or break round for them.
You know, coming from personal experience, it happened to us just a game ago. Going down 5-1 is a little bit demoralizing. And especially since this map isn't that defender-sided, it is definitely a warning sign for things to come. And, you know, we hoped we didn't see that big of a blowout in this stream, but we might just see that if the defenders get this round win, if Houston can pull this out. Defender composition, we have a little bit of a switch up here as Dulana is going to play that Oryx. Blazing is going to play an Ella. Vac is going to play a Jaeger. And Black Eyes Valk with Pengu the Mozzie. Interesting lineup they have on defense. And for the attackers, going to basically run the same kind of lineup that they did in round previous, especially the Osa. I think Wilson is going to be that player for LA. Going to try to get them into the site and try to set up shop with her Osa shield. And with the IQ play as well, it is a decent operator comp for the attack. Let's see if they can get this wall, and I think they're just gonna have it. They're just gonna let them have it. The right wall is completely breached open, and there is a gunfight going down as 3 players on the attacker side, make that 4, are on the balcony with a Mozzie below. Probably going to prep a Nitro, but most likely going to rotate back up the stairs. If they can get into sight, which is looking pretty promising for them, as there's nobody in the A site right now, but for the defenders, that's exactly how you want to play this. You want to just let them have the site and really just retake it, because they have so many angles that they can attack you from. The Osa gonna try to go to this door, but there's one right next to the Osa. Can he get the kill? No, he can't. Tries to Elemine him. He officially Elemines him, but unfortunately he's not gonna get it done. But Vac gonna get an early pick onto Toe Sharp. A 3v5 now. Vac is putting in work. Blazing is gonna get a kill. Wilson, a 2v5 now. Gonna throw in a Nitro to nobody. As a run out going out. Can he capitalize on the run out? Finally, somebody does. Black Ice. And in a 1v5 situation, where is IQ? Oh, yeah, she's in the T room. Very interesting. I think they were going, she didn't expect her teammates to die off that quickly. But unfortunately, that's the case. Oh no, they know where she is. Can she at least get one kill right here? She gets one. Can she get a second? And a knife coming out from Pengu, the ultimate sign of disrespect. And a 5-1 split. I mean, if Houston keeps this up, I don't think they're going to be stopped here.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. Same issues are plaguing LA once again. You know, you're just getting walked all over on by Houston. Crim, just using that kind of last minute in a 1v5, 1v4 left as a kind of attack timeout for his team, and then the whole team just runs over.
Yeah,
So
it
yeah,
is
who knows?
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Definitely unfortunate for
Attackers need to locate
LA,
and
who
defuse as many
up to
bombs as
this
they
point
can.
has had close games, but they are now letting it slip here. All Houston needs to do is win 2 attacker rounds, and they will move on and keep their spot as the #1 team in the West, as they are already in that position. So, but with the Calgary win today, right now Calgary does have the first place spot, but Houston wins. I'm pretty sure they take it. I could be wrong there, but for their sake, let us hope so.
10 seconds left.
Honestly, this looks like a #1 versus a #6
5 seconds
matchup.
left.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought LA had a little bit more in them, and let's see if we can squeeze
Attackers
a little
are
bit
moving out to
of that
locate a
out,
bomb and
as
defuse it.
LA going to go a little more utility than Houston. A Bandit, Jaeger, Goyo, Oryx, and a Castle. A Castle play that we have not seen from Houston. Let's see if LA can make it work here, as they're going to castle out the door going into drum, as they do have one player below. I'm assuming that's going to be the Oryx. The below presence is going to be in effect, as you do not want attackers running around below with free will, as we have a defender watching the rotate hole on that doorway. And without an OSA, that doorway is just basically 50-50, whoever can win the gunfight on that doorway. I think we do have 2 attackers below. Coming up the stairs is the Yana. Delana is going to swing up the stairs. There's 2 in drum. Can Delana get both of them? It is an Ash and Yana fight. It's a 2v2 fight, and Ash gets the 1 kill, but gets refragged. Delana with the Yana. It rhymes. Is going to make it a 4-3 attacker advantage, and this is not good if you are LA. Jaeger just going to slowly peek the stairs, going to try to get a frag. Unfortunately, he cannot, as Jaeger is now downed from a frag grenade, so it is essentially a 4v2. Twitch is just in sight right now. Finally gets the kill on the Jaeger, and Twitch is going to get the kill on Wilson. A 4v1. Can they find the last player, which is the Bandit, who is hiding right in Shrine? And finally, the attackers win, and another dominant performance from Houston, Ducky.
Yeah, it was a good clear for them there. Hunting down all the defenders, running around the map as a group. They pinched them out. Had some effective use of the yellow pings on the drones. Won their gunfights, and yeah, they're up 6-1. So far, pretty much a flawless game, aside from the 1 defense they'd lost. Yeah. So I mean, if I'm on LA here, I'm definitely at a loss for words. I don't really know what you can do here when you're losing 6-1, and it's not like they're close rounds either. Like they're pretty one-sided, I'd say. So yeah.
So I know you said this really early on, but they are finally bringing in Azami. Finally, an Azami is being played. They might have heard you, Ducky, but they probably heard you a little too late, as they are now 1 round loss away from losing this game. They do have to win 5 in a row to send this one into overtime, and LA in overtime, it is not pretty. So I give the odds of them pulling out this series are very low, but they have played not the greatest up to this point. Hopefully they can try to. I think honestly the problem with them is they're just not playing to their advantages. They're not using their utility to the best of their advantage, and they're losing gunfights because they're trying to swing the same way that Houston does. Honestly, you have to have better positioning, better playmaking in order to beat this Houston team. It is all about position now, and as this 8th round is underway, we have an attacker composition similar to before. As Pengu again with that Ash, and a spawn peek going out from Wilson is going to get an early advantage for the defenders. That is the kind of spark they need, and from the player who's been playing pretty well for LA, who has the best KD up to this point, having 5 kills for LA. Let's see if he can continue this. On the other side, you do have Vac, who is still a dangerous player at 10-1, Delana at 9-1, and I think these Houston players are very, very dangerous for any team to face. And I think it is unfortunate for LA to be facing them right now. But with that said, they do have an advantage. Legion on the roam is going to get another kill. Wilson is doing it all himself right now, killing Pengu, another top fragger. Let's see if the attackers can get into the hallway, get into Geisha, and try to thwart this Legion from his position. As you got one outside the window, one in the hallway. Can they pinch him at the same time? It's going to be a gunfight, as I believe both of them are in Geisha right now. Oh, no, one is still outside. One of them is in Geisha. The gunfight is waiting to happen, and finally, he is downed. It is 3 attackers on the west side of the map versus 4 defenders on the east side. And oh my goodness, I think he thought he was down there. I thought he was down, and a beautiful kill from Wilson. Oh my goodness, absolutely excellent gun skill coming out from Wilson. Can he kill another one? Coming on his flank is Delana. He did not see him for a second, but Savvy is going to kill Delana, make it a 3v1 versus Vac, who has been a very dangerous player when it's come to clutches, and I would not give him any room to make any sort of clutch. So positioning like this right here from the castle, you do not need to swing this if you're Savvy. Just play your time. You have 55 seconds to work with. IQ is just roaming around in the area that you do not want to push. In the hallway at the moment. Never mind, just in the site. Or not in the site. In the T room. Sorry. 2v1 now. We're back. Can he make this clutch? Thinks there's one in drum. Unfortunately, there is not. Azami holding that. Azami gonna swing, and Grok gonna pick up the final kill for this LA team, who has been struggling, but might have just found a little bit of light on this end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I think there from LA, D. Wilson especially, you know, he went big that round, won a few gunfights, stalled out the attack. You know, I think, like I was saying before in the pregame, like Drum and Mezzanine and that like whole Dragon and Terra side, that's like a major buffer in this map. A lot of gunfights are going to happen there, and I think we saw that to a great example last round. You know, that's where the round was won and lost for LA and Houston. But in the end, D. Wilson on the Oryx, you know, had a few big moments there winning the gunfights, and hopefully this carry their momentum to the next few rounds. Bombs.
Yeah, I think momentum is definitely going to have to play into how LA has been playing. I think, you know, you have to carry this momentum into the next couple of games, or else you're done for. You know, obviously you take it one game at a time, but Ducky, do you have any advice for this LA team who is at a little bit of a loss here?
I mean, I don't even know. Like this is just turning into one big snowball, and round after round, it just seems like Houston are winning their gunfights. You know, I'm not gonna talk down on LA. I like them as a team. I think they're a solid roster. They've got some good players, but they just gotta somehow scrap these rounds together and really battle it out. You know, play this as if it's a 1-1 game right now. There's no need to put extra pressure on yourself, saying this is match point for them. We're down by 4 rounds. Just gotta take it round by round. That's all you gotta do. Just play it simple. You know, play your own game. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Yeah, just get it done. That's all you can do in this scenario. Which I think that's what they're starting to do, which is definitely good. They just got to carry that out, obviously.
Yep. Let's hope so for LA's sake. It's an early gunfight going out. Wilson is going to get a ping on one of the attackers on the first floor. As an early pick going out, but a trade onto the Oryx. And it is now a 4v4. Same situation as before. One less attacker, one less defender. As another gunfight going out. Oh, a beautiful pick from Vac. And yet again, Vac strikes early on. And let's see if he can keep on going, as I'm not sure he's aware that this Jaeger is on the stairs. And if they don't drone him out, this could be deadly for the defenders. As Jaeger is just still sitting there on the stairs, awaiting for another player. Oh, a frag grenade coming out, but Diana doesn't see him, and Diana just flicks on him. A 4v1 for Houston, and that is going to do it. Houston takes the series 7-2, and, you know, in a very dominant fashion. Very unfortunate for LA, obviously, that they couldn't get that, but I will say, I think Houston played an absolutely excellent game. And I think Vac definitely deserves this MVP for this match.